like in your mobile. So any application of scientific calculator then you can have. So you can download afterwards, after my class is over, then you can download. Okay. But the purpose of today having asked you with your calculator is, today I will be giving you two quizzes. So two quizzes in Google Sheet. It will be, you have to respond. I will give you 10 minutes time, and accordingly in this 10-minute time you have to calculate something. Few numericals are there. Only 5 questions per sheet are there. One or two conceptual question and one or two like numericals are there. Okay. So I assume that within your 11th class and 12th class you had that knowledge, and you had that particular idea how to solve those problems. I will not discuss anything with you, and you should not ask anything from me, because these are the questions from your 11th part, and one question is, I hope, from the 10th part also. It's the basic questions, basic. So any student who is aspiring to go for BTech, so he or she can easily do it. Okay. So now you can means you please be on with your videos and try to do the work. I am just giving you a quiz. I just want to see you doing that. Okay. Please do. Please open the video. Video. Please open. Rejwan and Subhashish, Ajay Sani, I request all of you to please be with your video on. I'm just putting the link of the quiz. Just hold on. It will take a moment time. And in the chat box, you will see I have posted a link. You just click on the link. You just click on the link, and then it will ask you your email ID. Any email ID you can write, proper one, because on that you will receive the, you can say, the responses what you will enter, then your name and your contact number. So by this way I will collect your name and contact number, and I will accordingly make the group. Okay. So you please do, but try to do 5 questions at your own. But I request you, be confident, be very confident, and try to open your webcam. Please do not close your webcams. Okay. I'm just again pasting it. Received? Devamalya Bhaumik, Devamalya, have you received it? Devamalya Bhaumik, are you getting my voice? Aniket, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you started? Have you started? Okay, okay, okay. Please do it, please do. Please do. See, it is now 11:14. I will close it at around, you can say, 11:24. After that, you will not be able to submit or reopen it. Please do not make any assumption. Please do not do your, you can say, guesswork type of thing. Okay. Try to calculate where the calculation is required. So one or two students have joined. I am just pasting the link again. Bishwaroop Biswas. Bishwaroop Biswas have joined. Bishwaroop, are you listening my voice? Okay, he is here again. Yeah. Okay. I have pasted the link. You please go through this. This is a simple, small quiz based on your previous knowledge. You kindly try to do this. Click on the link. It will ask your email ID, name, and contact number. 5 questions one by one will come. Okay. It's already 11:17. You can take 5 more minutes. Rizwan, are you doing? Okay. Sumit Ghosh. Sumit, are you doing it? Ajay Saini. Okay, Sumit, are you doing it?
What is the magnitude
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Please do. Please complete it.
vector?
No, there is no escape option. You have to give. You have to give any answer. There is no escape option. See, there is no question in in which you will face problem. These are very simple questions. You have to give answer. Please try to give the answer only after calculation. Do not give the numerical answers without calculating it.
Differential process.
See what I am seeing, already 5 students have submitted. Kindly respond in the chat box who have submitted. Aniket have submitted. Okay, Ripu is saying that again I have to paste the link. Okay, I have done. Abhik Banerjee have submitted. Okay, Dev Malia Bhaumik have submitted. Very good. It's already 11:21 and I hope Sonu नाम में कुछ नहीं रखा तो Sonu have submitted. Sahitya Roy Creation submitted. Aparna Thakur submitted. Sona Bera submitted. Very good. Very good. Very good. सोनू यू काइंडली चेंज दिस नेम है. नाम में कुछ नहीं रखा. नाम में बहुत कुछ रखा है. तुम्हारा नाम बहुत अच्छा है बेटे. तो just try to make it your identity. Okay. Good. So how many have submitted? I have to just check. 12 students have submitted right now. I am waiting. 13 on to 13. So I think more number of students are doing it. Kindly do complete it. Okay, then I'll discuss the solutions. Yes, Amar, have you submitted? Rajwan
Yes,
also, very good. Rajwan done. Amar has also, I think, done. Very good. Good. Excellent. So I'm just trying to. Okay. But it's not changing. Only 13 students have 14. Now it's 14. There are around 7 students still doing it because I hope 21 students are there leaving me. 22 participants are there. 15. Let's making 15. Okay, now it's 16. Oh, very good. Rico is also done. Excellent. Sumit has also done. Very good. So now it's 16. Okay, who is left now? Who is left? Already, I think last 1 minute, Kumar Sovik done. Kumar Sovik is done. Very good. Excellent. So 18. I have received 18. Anybody who is still doing, kindly respond. 19. I have received 19. Others has done. Okay. So I am trying to stop this. It's already 11:24. So I have stopped this. 20 responses I have received. It's a very good response. 20 response I have received. Now I am discussing. You please try to see on your screen the questions and I will then show you. I think many of you have already done the correct thing, but please cross check what you have done. Whenever you submitted, immediately the response is being given to your email ID, whatever you have mentioned. Afterwards, you can check it, right? So I am sharing my screen. I hope you can see my screen. Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good. Now see this. Have you seen this? 20 responses written.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just coming to questions. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first question.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just discussing whosoever have not uh, correctly given it, or who has correctly given. So both students I request to please see this. When a pebble is dropped into a pond of still water, what happens? So you can understand that when because still water, the surface is not moving, is the still surface. So surface is at a particular plane, right? So when a pebble is dropped from the upper side, then you can understand that it will create a disturbance in the surface. So what is the movement? Particle move, wave move, the pebble move, or water moves. So what will happen? Okay. So when we are dropping, definitely pebble is going down, but pebble will not move over there like this. What will move then? So I am just going to describe you the answer. Okay. Wave moves. Are you seeing the answer?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. And the description is also given. I'll be actually trying to give you whenever the incorrect answer is there. So you will see the description. So you can see when a pebble is thrown in still water, a circular pattern of alternate crust is spread out. You know the crust and troughs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, yeah, in the last class also I have given you that it should be very interactive class. So you should be always ready to listen, and you should be always ready to speak. Okay, all of you, all of you. So only two or three students are speaking. So are you know, all of you know what is crust, what is trough?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. So this is the kinetic energy makes the particle to oscillate, which comes in contact with it, and that's why there is a wave, right? So I am just moving to the second question. Shadow of a tower standing on a level plane is found to be 50 meters longer when the sun's altitude is 30 degree. That when it is 60 degree. Find the height of the tower. So you can see it's a simple trigonometrical mathematical problem. It relates to physics, the height of the object. Okay. So I am just going to the answer section. 43.3. And you can say over here that by mathematics you can have the height d divided by cot theta 2 minus cot theta 1, right? So 43.3. So that calculation you can do. If you have not done, you please note it down, and then you can solve it later. The height of the tower will be given by the d, the distance of the plane, distance of the tower from where the observer is standing. That's the d, and cot theta 2, the first angle, the second angle is the theta 2, and the first angle is theta 1. So you can see the sun altitude is 30 degree, that when it is 60 degree. Sorry. Okay. So the next question. In a submarine fitted with sonar, I hope you all understand what is sonar. It uses the sound to detect anything. The time interval between the generation of an ultrasonic wave and the receipt or its echo is 200 seconds. It means within 200 seconds, the sound goes and the echo is received. So, what is the distance of the enemy submarine? The speed of the sound you can take as this 1.45 kilometer per second. So I hope all of you have given it correctly. If I am not wrong, the answer is 145 kilometers. Okay, so you can understand. Sorry. The explanation is also given. The distance of the enemy submarine is speed into time divided by 2, because 2 times it will travel. I hope it is understood. Section 5. This is the fifth question. What is the magnitude of a unit vector? I hope all of you have given it correctly. It's unity. What are the essential properties a medium must possess for the propagation of mechanical waves? So you can have the option stable pressure, maximum friction, constant temperature, minimum friction. So if I go to this part, this the minimum friction is the answer, and the explanation is that the friction force amongst the particles of the medium should be negligibly small so that they continue oscillating for a sufficiently long time, and the wave travels a sufficiently long distance through the medium. So I hope this is okay to you. So most of you, I think, have given the correctly. But if not, you please try to note it down. And the options what you have given in your quiz already been there. I'm just showing you one more thing. Uh, who has responded what? So see, over the response part is there. So when I move down, so you can see over here, okay, I can see the result also. The above two students are the practitioners, Shreya and Legend 1. These you can leave. But you can see Devmalya Bhumi 6. It means 3 questions correctly. Aniket 6, Abhik 8, Sonak Bera 0. I hope he has not submitted. Kalipda 2, Aparna 10. Very good, very good. Excellent, excellent. And this Sonu is 6, Amar Kumar is 6, and then Kumar Suvit 2, Shamim 2, Kalip again is 0, I'm not getting the name, 6, Sumit Ghosh 4, Subhasis 4, Adarsh 6, Harit 8, Vishwarup 8, and this Sonu again is 6. So you can see that the marks are given. Now if we see which question you have attended most. So 13 out of 20 have given the first question correct. 13 out of 20. So every statistic I can get over here. That 13 out of 20 have got the first question correct. 6 out of 20 have got the second question correct. It means out of 20, 14 students have done it wrong. Then 13 out of 20, again the third question is correct. 12 out of 20 have gone the fourth question correct. 4 out of 20 have done the fifth question correct. So every statistic is there. Okay. So you can understand, I just wanted to show you that these statistics are very important for you also. Why? Not a single question been answered by all the students correctly. Why? Okay. So you can see only the first question and the third question been answered 13 out of 20. So 13 out of 20, you can say around 65%. So 65% students have done correct. So there is a lot of requirement of practice of anything. So I am just going to start my lecture today because I have given much time today for this quiz, and you can understand this is an important part to have an assessment of all the students, that where we are and how we can proceed with. So I'm just starting this presentation what we have, yeah, in the last class. Very quickly I am going to, within I think 1 or 2 minutes I will complete this, and then I will move to this today's discussion, because 1 or 2 students have joined first time. So for those, uh, basically UEM is a leader in different part of you can say accreditation and affiliations. We are dealing with the physics part, and I am Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sharma, Professor of Department of Physics, Provost of the University, and Director of the Institute. We have discussed the bridge course syllabus, and we have started a small topic of this like electrostatic and magnetic this part, where we discussed this Coulomb's law. We started with that, and but we have to see a few topics which are important in our journey of these classes. Already we discussed these slides. We discussed last in the last class. So these were the discussions. Actually, we have done it. Frictional electricity. Okay, what it is. So everybody is, I think, known to it. The lecture video of this class is available on our YouTube channel. So I think, and I request that many of you will uh, see these videos and taking the help of or taking the support of these videos whenever you feel free. Okay. But I request, because the purpose of putting all these videos on the website or YouTube channel is only so that you can see those videos whenever you want. So that doesn't help you to discuss anything, because right now on the live class we can discuss anything. Okay. So in the Coulomb's law in vector form, we have discussed the direction, and this in the last class was very interactive with few students discussing the direction of the force. The unit of charge is coulomb, stat coulomb, right? DSU of charge, like that. Dyne and for force, and then we have air coulomb for 10 coulombs. So, and we discuss the permittivity part. So one by one, if you can see that all these things we have discussed, but you must understand that these are not new things we have discussed. These all things you have done in your first chapter of electrostatics in class 12. Okay, I am just putting just a kind of revision. Wherever new things will come, definitely I will say that okay, this you have not done. So up to this part, where the uh, distribution of charge, because this will be important, as I have already informed you in my last class, this will be the most important part, that how the charge is distributed on a line, on a surface, or inside a volume. So that you have to understand, and you have to see these formulas for total charge on the surface and for total charge on the volume. So this small surface element ds and this small volume element d tau. So this you have to note down. So the purpose of having asked you for your pen and paper to please note down wherever you feel that okay, this is the point where I have to ask something. So this was the first part what we have covered. But today I am just going to discuss with you the second part of my discussion, which I'm just going to start, and We'll try to see that whether it will work. Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to hide this part camera thing. So kindly respond if this is visible. This physics red written.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very
Visible.
good. Okay. So I am making it again in a red zone area because right now what I have seen in your quiz that it's again is into the red zone. So I will try to have the discussion in such a manner so that it can move to first to blue and then first then in green or orange. Orange we can have, right? So today I am just discussing few applications. So please try to concentrate on your screen one by one. Few numericals I will take, and I think I'll be able to discuss one or two applications also. So please try to concentrate what I am trying to say. See, superposition principle, you all know that it works for vector quantities, right? So Coulomb's law corresponds to the vector form of force, and we are familiar like this that force due to charge Q1 and Q2 proportional to this, and if we have this, you can say in Cartesian coordinate system, Q1 is at R1 position vector, Q2 is at R2 position vector, and R is the distance between Q1 and Q2. This R can be correspond to this R2 and R1, right? Already we have discussed in last class that how it will work. So the force acts along the line joining the charges. So force acts on this line. So it can be towards each other if the charges are of opposite nature, and it can be, you can say, on the same line opposite to any charge depending on the strength and the nature. Okay, so that's the, so this is the value, and you can understand that R is R2 minus R1, the final to initial one, and this way you can have the values already we have discussed in last class that 1 by 4 pi epsilon and to 10 to the power 9, and epsilon naught is 8.85 10 to the power minus 12, and the unit you must understand for epsilon naught and for this K, Coulomb's constant. Okay, so all these things you should understand that though these are very simple to see, but when we will apply to certain problems, the problem I am just going to discuss, if we apply this knowledge to certain problems, then we have to apply this knowledge of Coulomb's law in such a manner that we can solve the numericals based on this. So first I am just going to discuss you the first numerical. Okay. So this is the superposition principle. If we are having n numbers or I numbers of charges, so what will happen? So F is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, and there are you can say I number of charges. I is equal can be 0 to n and Qi, and R minus Ri or R minus Ri. Okay, so this is the modulus part is only given the value, so that is why it is Q over here. I'm just trying to give you one small problem. You can see calculate E at a distance Z above a straight line segment of length 2L, which carries a charge of linear charge density lambda. Are you getting the question? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, see, this is a very simple numerical, though the language, but the language you can understand, it's given. You have to find the electric field at a distance z above a straight line segment. So there is a straight line segment. Suppose I hope you can see this pen in my hand. Suppose a straight line segment is there. So, and the length of this segment is 12, and linear charge density lambda. In the last slide, in the last class slide, we have seen what is linear charge density. Linear charge density is the charge given per unit length. So the lambda is linear charge density. So we have to find electric field in this term. Now we can understand that the point P is located directly above Q like this. So this AB is the line on which some charge is given. The length is 12 and this P point is at any place above Z height from this. Okay. So वो कहीं भी रहे मतलब it can be anywhere, but wherever it will make theta 1 angle from A and theta 2 angle from B, so that it will have components of electric field E cos theta and E sin theta. Okay, and from the center the angle is theta. Position vector is R. Okay, so you can understand we have designed a, you can say, a diagram out of our problem. One of the most important part of solving any numerical in physics is to create a diagram of your numerical, right? So you can understand this diagram was not a part of the question. You have to design this diagram with your knowledge, with your imagination. Okay, how the things will be. So it is like this. So you can understand you can take any small element of dx at this point where this r is written, located at a distance x from A, from here where this angle theta is there. So RQ, from where this Z length is taken into, it is AQ minus X, like L1 minus X. Okay, so that you can make out by Z by tan theta. I hope you can understand the trigonometry of this diagram. This is a right angle triangle here. RQ length is L1 minus X and theta angle is there. Okay, so dx is then Z tan square theta sec square theta d theta. So a small length element part. Okay, so we have calculated this dx part using the differentiation. Z by sin square theta d theta, and small r vector is Z by sin theta because it's the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So Ex is integral of E cos theta. Why it is written Ex? It is the electric field value in horizontal direction, in x direction. And why it is integral? Because the all components of E cos theta, okay, all components in that direction we will sum up, and it will be equal to the value of E 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught lambda by r square dx. So why it is lambda dx? Why the charge is written as lambda dx? Can anybody answer? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? What is the formula for the electric field? Please somebody answer.
1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square.
Very good. Anybody else who has a different answer? Anybody else who has different answer? Please respond no or yes.
1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into q 2q by r square.
2q by r square.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else बेटे कोई और बताइए. Anybody else? Please respond. Please respond. Please speak up. Without your yes, yes. Whose voice was that? I couldn't make it. What was the answer? Please respond. Without your response, how I can get that I am reaching to you or not? It will be very difficult if you will not speak.
1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square.
Very good. But I have received this one response that 2q by r square. See, who has responded it? I'm not getting that name over here right now. But please try to understand. Yes. Electric field is the measure of the force. Okay. Field is the measure of the force. So when we try to calculate the electric field, it is basically the measure of the electric force at that point. So how we will calculate? A test charge should be there, and test charge value we put always positive and unity. So unit, positive, test charge. So the force, if one force is you can say unit, another charge will be at any place. So you can say that E is equal to F by the test charge Q. Okay, so how it will come? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. And what will be the unit? What will be the unit?
Newton per meter
Newton
per meter square.
एक बार चेक करो. प्लीज चेक इट. प्लीज चेक इट.
न्यूटन पर
अभी
कूलम.
अभी अभी मैंने क्या बोला? E is equal to F by Q.
Oh, yes, sorry.
है ना? E is equal to F by Q. आप कैसे लिखते हैं? You write F is equal to EQ. You write it. लिखते हैं ना आप इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स.
हाँ सर.
Then so E is equal to F by Q. So F is Newton divided by Coulomb.
Coulomb.
So Newton per Coulomb.
Coulomb.
Okay. Newton per Coulomb. Okay. So E is equal to F by Q. Now my question is, why over here it is written Q as lambda dx? It should be Q or dq. Why is lambda dx? Because I'm just explaining, because here it is written linear charge density lambda. Okay. So what is the charge on the length dx? What is the charge? Suppose the charge is dq. So what will be the value of dq? Charge density multiplied by
Lambda dq.
the length element. Charge density is lambda and the length element is dx. Very good. So lambda dx is the charge. So charge by r square, and the cos theta part is there. What we have is the component of E cos theta. So this value we got. We put the value for dx part from this. आगे means in the forward part only we will be putting the values and calculating it. So theta 1 to pi by 2 minus theta 2, we got the, you can say, the limits, and we solve it. So this is the first part of Ex, which we got lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught z sine theta 2 minus sine theta 1, and Ey, which is the y component in the diagram. We put the same limits, and we got lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught z cos theta 2 plus cos theta 1. But if there is infinitely long charged wire, we have taken the wire as 2L. But if there is infinitely long charged wire, then theta 1 and theta 2 will be moving to 0, because it's an infinite long wire. So this theta 1 part and this theta 2 part will reduce. Okay. because the length will increase like this. So angle for an infinitely long wire will reduce to 0. It will not, you can say, it will not equal to exactly equal to 0, but it will approach. You can say no, it will approaching to 0. So it will approach to 0. So x component vanishes and only y component is there. So E is equal to E by j cap. You can see here the unit vector j cap for the direction. So lambda by 2 pi epsilon z. So this is the complete numerical for finding a very simple value for electric field when a line segment is given and no other information. Only information is the length of the wire and the charge. So you can understand by doing this, you can easily find, and it's very easy to calculate if you do it at your own. That will be very good. Okay. So the second numerical I am trying to give you. Now I have changed the target part. The question is same. Find the field at a distance z above the center of a square loop of side A carrying charge of a linear charge density lambda. So again there is a square loop, but in earlier part it was a line segment. So this part, this type of diagram we can have. You please see it very carefully. So you can see that I have taken this small length element dx on one side. Coordinates are already given on the center part, so that r is equal to zk x plus y, x and y coordinates I have taken, and I have taken the value for this point z square plus x dash square plus y dash square to the power 3, and we put the value for E in zk direction, so you can understand the value. Again this lambda dl part is there, which is taking care of the charge. You please try to see one by one. It's very easy to understand. Field is directed along K. Because from all the parts, there will be components. You can understand that what we have done for a single line segment, we are having the same type of 4 line segments here in this problem. And at a center, there is a point, because it's written above the center of a square loop. In the question, it is given in the center. Okay, so that's why all other components will be cancelled out due to this arrangement. Only the segment in the upper side will be available. So we put the values, all values are, you can say, geometrically calculated. And we will get the value for dx dash. So if we substitute these values to the limit of minus a by 2 to plus a by 2, then we can get it. So for z is equal to 0, if the height is not there and at the center it is, you can understand the answer that if the point is at the center of the square loop, not at a height, then there will be 0 field. But for the large distance, z is infinite, so we can put this. Okay, so you can see that the same result is coming 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by z square. Capital Q is the total charge, lambda A total charge on a single side. So the loop appears like a point charge at large distance. So whenever the distance increases, then it is a point charge. So I hope I'm just stopping over here, just coming back to you. Okay. So why students? I'm not getting, because right now I'm here. The only 16 students are there. Why students have left? I don't know. I'll get the contact detail of those students who are left in between. Anyway, so I hope all of you are ready with these type of discussions. Please respond if means
Yes, sir.
uh, we cannot have the same type of
Yes, sir.
problems like so these type of discussion should be there, and you can see the problems, and I will share this PPT also when the group will be there, or in your YouTube channel what we used to upload the videos over again, you can see the problems, right? Now I just want to share one more quiz with you based on the discussions what we had today. It means the questions will be on the Coulomb's law part also. Only 5 questions will be there. So can you do that? Are you able to grasp that, or are you able to start? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
A very low energy is there. Okay, so I am just giving you this quiz. It's the another quiz. Have you received?
Yes.
It's a very simple questions. Very simple questions. These type
Yes,
of
sir.
questions are not done. It's very simple. Yeah, please do it. Kalibda, please do it. Please do it. Okay, Kalibda, can you help me out for one thing? How I will pronounce your name? Kalipada Sau or Kalipada Sau?
Sir, Kali Podo Sao.
Kalipada Sau. Okay, Kalipada Sau. Is
The
it
name
correct?
is really interference.
Okay. Okay. So are you doing it? All of you? Kindly do and submit so that I can discuss the results with you also. But try to calculate over here. I think only 2 numericals are there.
Good.
Only 2 numericals are there. Only 5 questions. 5 questions. 5 questions in each quiz. 2 marks each. 10 marks for a complete one. Nobody have responded yet. We have submitted. So it is already, I think, 3 minutes been passed. So at around 12:10, I will stop it. 5 more minutes you have. So I hope all of you have done. I have received 8 responses. 8 responses I have done, received. Very good. So I think Subhashis have done, Ripu, Devamalya, Arhit Ray, Aparna, and Abhik Banerjee, Divya Sharma, Aniket, they all have submitted. It's excellent. Excellent. So 10 responses I have received. 10 responses. Let me wait another 1 minute. At 12:10 I will stop it. I request who are doing, please hurry so that can be discussed. Only 10 responses are there, so it's few seconds. It's okay. Right now, you gave the in the second one, Aniket, you gave the correct one, correct phone number you gave. Second one. So it's stick to, I think, 10 responses. So I'm just stopping it. I'm just asking if anybody is uh, ready to submit, please submit. Otherwise, I am stopping the response. It's stopped. So I am now discussing. I hope all of you are seeing this screen. So the first question, the main principle used in interference is. It is based on your knowledge, what you have discussed earlier. The answer is superposition principle.
Yes.
Very good. So I hope everybody has given the answer correctly. So the second question, flying a bird is an example of. So it's based on the vectors.
Cool.
So let us see. Flying a bird is an example of composition of vectors. Okay, because when a bird fly, you can understand that when a bird fly on a Cartesian system, if you see Cartesian vector system, so there will be x and y, and z can you also can take. So in all the directions, the resultant you can find. So it will be the composition of vectors. Okay. Then we move to the third question. Coulomb's law is employed in. So I think many of you have given it correctly in electrostatics. Now come to the something critical. Two charges, 1 coulomb and minus 4 coulomb exist in air. What is the direction of the force? Okay, so from 1 coulomb to minus 4 coulomb. Why? Because the charges are unlike. So force will be attractive. And when the force will be attractive, the line of force, or we can say the electric field lines, will be from positive to negative. So from the 1 coulomb charge to negative. So that will be the direction.
Sir, why not from negative to positive?
Uh, but the
Sir, why
positive
not?
charge is positive
Sir,
charge is a source of electric field lines, source of field lines. Okay, so practically whenever you put a, you can say, uh, test charge, a positive test charge near to a positive charge, it always move away, right? And
yes.
whenever you put a test charge, a positive test charge near to any negative charge, it goes towards that. Okay, so it means positive charge is a source of field line and negative charge is a receiver, sink. Okay, so
Sir, but
always
in dipole, the electric field lines travel from the negative one to the positive one.
dipole is a different arrangement. Dipole we will discuss later. Okay? Dipole is a
Okay.
different arrangement. We will discuss later. Okay, that a dipole moment, if you say, so dipole moment direction is opposite. Direct dipole moment. Dipole direction is different, right? That we will
Okay.
discuss. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So it is there. Now the numerical part. Two small diameter 10 gram dielectric holes can slide freely on a vertical channel. Each carry a negative charge of 1 microcoulomb. Find the separation between the balls if the lower ball is restrained from moving. So I hope you have understood the question. The question is like this, that there is a vertical column like this, and on the vertical column there are two balls of 10 grams each. So one each carry a negative charge of 1 microcoulomb. Now, when we are putting these balls freely, then what will be the separation between the balls if the lower ball is restrained from the move? अगर हम lower ball को रोक देते हैं, lower ball को move करने के लिए रोक देते हैं, then the upper ball will come and where it will stop. So what will be the separation? Okay, so now you can understand that both the charges are there, but we are putting our hold on the lower ball, and the upper ball is putting
Mm.
some pressure. What is the pressure? What is the force upper ball is putting? Gravitational force. Okay, so that gravitational force should be compensated by the electrostatic force. So that is the problem. So we can see that answer is 0.3,
Yes.
and you can understand F is equal to mg is the force by the upper ball, and this F is equal to mg will be compensated by the electrostatic force. So you put the value of force into Coulomb's law and you will get the R by calculating. So it's a numerical. I think I would have taken some time to calculate if you have done. So I am just showing you that who have done what. This is the most important part actually. Uh, okay. So Subhashish got 8. Very good. Arhit 8, and this Khatri Pursadan 4. Aniket 10. Very good. Excellent. Devamulya 10. Excellent. Aparna Thakur again 10. Divya 10. Very good. Very good. Then Abhik 6, and Sahitya 8, and Rijwan 6. So all of them have got very good marks. So there is scope of improvement again. Very good. And
Yeah.
I'll see the questions. See over here. The first question, all of you have given correctly 10 out of 10. It's the 100%. Very good. And the second question, 7 out of 10, flying a bird. So 3 have gone wrong. And Coulomb's law is employed in 10 out of 10, 100%. And you see these two charges, direction of force is 6 by 10, 6 out of 10, correct? And the last one, the numerical, 7 out of 10, right? So 3 got wrong. So you can see the by doing some discussion and by doing some questions like this, so definitely we can improve our performance. So I hope today you have been into a very interactive session. Yes, WhatsApp group I will create because I have collected all the required numbers and your names through this exercise. So I will make. I will ask my colleagues to make it, and definitely on the WhatsApp by today evening you will receive some message. We will be creating like BTech, BTech 2021 class, like that. Physics BTech 2020. Okay. So best wishes, best of luck for today. नेक्स्ट क्लास में थोड़ा मिलेंगे और आप थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कीजिए और ज्यादा. ओके. एनीथिंग यू वांट टू ऐड, एनीबॉडी? आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
After this 1.5 hour class, actually everybody shows that okay, आप पीछे छोड़िए सर, है ना? Anything. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
অন্যদের তো আছে, ওনাদের ট্যাগ করে দিই।
Okay. Better, पढ़ान को भेजना।